Cheers. What's going on, vinyl community? TGIF, or at least it's Friday here in the greater Boston area. What a long week. So, what's going on? Some vinyl finds, some VCLT, some stuff to share. Hope everybody in the VC is doing well. Huge thanks before we even begin to all the new subscribers to the channel. Really appreciate it. Glad you guys are digging it. Hope you're digging it. Anyways. What's playing in the background? I just grabbed this tonight. This is cool. This came out a while ago, maybe 5 years ago. Way to go on the upkeep there, LJ. Here's Dokken from Conception, live in '81. Some super early live Dokken, and as the story from the liner notes goes, these are shows, or this is a show that was played before Dokken was signed. So they were actually still trying to get a record deal at this point, and when they were setting about to release reissue Breaking the Chains, their first album, for the 25th anniversary, they stumbled across these tapes in the vault. You know, classic story. They weren't labeled, they were moldy, so they checked them out. They remembered what the shows were. They baked the tapes in an oven and then transferred them to hard drive and set about mixing them. But it's a classic Dokken lineup. Mick, Jeff, George, Don, and just very early, very live, very raw, and a far cry away from, you know, the glam rock that Dokken would become later in the '80s. Not that I have an issue with that, I love it too. But this was a good pickup. This was $3.99, brand new. So, I mean, seriously, how can you go wrong? Whatever, good stuff. So, set aside from that, I got some VCLT and trade material from Greeno. And I'm sure everybody knows Greeno at this point. If you don't, you need to. There's a link to his channel down there, and you can go check him out. Greeno's a heavy metal master around these parts. And Greeno and I have been trading back and forth over the summer, and it's been just a ton of fun. A couple of things. Greeno's been really doing a great job hooking me up with Classic Rock magazine. You know, I guess he knows a guy who knows a guy that knows a guy that has a friend and a cousin of a brother that once saw Ferris pass out at 31 Flavors, that he gets back issues of Classic Rock magazine from. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, the magazine's an absolute nightmare to get here in the US. So having Greeno hook me up with it is just amazing, and Greeno, I can't thank you enough, dude. So here is Lynyrd Skynyrd's new album. This is the September issue. I have not picked up Skynyrd's new album. If anyone has and can give me the go-ahead to grab it, if it's straight ahead, good old Skynyrd, I'll do it, but I'm a little on the fence. And it's never been that way with me and Skynyrd. I think I might just be done. I really need a good review of it. So somebody hook me up. Let me know. And here is, this is the October issue. Nobody other than Eddie. There we go. Good old Eddie, man. So very cool, and I'll definitely be checking those out. Todd, thanks, man. And here's a handful of albums. I know Greeno already shot a video with the stuff I sent him. We kind of just trade back and forth. I always have my pile going for him for me, and we try to just level off. You know, we'll chat on the phone, kind of square things away, and off they go. So here's an album he grabbed, he thought I might like. This is Spies. It's from 1982 on EMI. I have not listened to this yet, but I'm pretty jazzed too. From what Greeno was saying, this is kind of along the lines of kind of early 80s synth-driven AOR kind of stuff, arena rock, which is very cool. Here is the Graham Edge Band. Graham Edge, the drummer for the Moody Blues, way back in the day when the Moody's were still a good band. And this is Graham's own band. Some killer artwork. I threw this on for a minute, actually, before I wrapped up for the day. It's on the Threshold label, and a lot of the Moody stuff was too. And it was just rocking. I loved it. This is Kick Off Your Muddy Boots, and it's from 1975. So this is killer. I can't wait to check the rest of this out. Thanks, brother. Here's an album I had looked for ages. This is kind of one of those smaller grails for me. This is Soraya. I absolutely love Soraya. Soraya put out 2 albums. Sandy Soraya, the lead singer, kind of giving Lita Ford a run for her money. Meow. And this is just great late 80s blues rock, kind of like what Cinderella was doing at the time. More bluesy, more rock. Cinderella's later stuff is killer. This is from 1989 on Polygram, and this is a promo copy. So I think when Greeno did his S video, he had shown Soraya, and you know, next time we talked, I said, just please, next time you see it, please grab it for me. So he found a copy. It was in great shape. It's a little pricey, but it's one of those, what are you going to do? I mean, something like that, the time to grab it is when you see it. Because it's not going to be at the thrift store, and I've been trying to lay my hands on a copy for 3 or 4 years since I really decided I wanted that on vinyl. Excellent. Legs Diamond, fantastic. 1977. Legs Diamond's second album. Just straight at, there's that beautiful Mercury label. You know it's rocking in the 70s when it's on that label. Most of the time. So there's Legs Diamond's second album, Killer Hard Rock. Here is a band called Granicus. Now, alright, so here's the deal. Greeno calls me one day and he says, dude, brother, I found this killer album called Granicus from a band called Granicus. It looks like they released one album, and this may have been what kind of did the one and done thread form in his mind, just stumbling on so many great 70s rock bands. Granicus kind of formed, I believe it was in Ohio, in 1973. And man, this album, this will just peel your face off. It's that hard, you know what I mean, from 73. And I don't mean like hard like Black Sabbath doom metal hard. I mean just guys just wailing, just hard rock, no mercy, killer 70s stuff. Just really, really heavy, great stuff. One and done, disappeared, and from what I read on Wikipedia when I was listening to it and trying to dig up some info to kind of support the listen, it looks like they came back together in 2009, and almost 40 years later. And I don't know if they recorded again or toured again or what they did, but this is definitely one to keep an eye out for. It was reissued, and they even went as far as to get it on that original RCA label. Just gorgeous though. 180 gram reissue of an amazing album. There's 2 more here from Greeno, and then a handful of quick vinyl finds, some seriously cool stuff. Here is Star's first album. Greeno has gotten me completely head over heels into Stars over the summer, and this is the third Stars LP that I have. This is their debut, and it was amazing. I loved it. And a little new wave of British heavy metal. Here's More. This is from 1982. It's on Atlantic. We've all seen the Atlantic label, so I won't pull it out, but this was kind of similar in vein for me to like kind of a Saxon, at that period, that kind of stuff. And just killer heavy as all hell. Check it out. So it was another awesome trade with Greeno. Thanks so much, guys. Get over, check out his channel, get yourself subscribed, and you'll like what you see. The guy's got a killer record collection. And Greeno, thanks, brother. Here's a handful of things coming up that I've found over, I don't know, I want to say the last week or so. Some stuff I already had, but these copies were just nice and I couldn't leave them laying behind, kind of like Rush's debut. This I already have, but I have an 80s pressing, and I showed that in my Rush vinyl collection video. Go back and take a look at that. Here's an earlier press on the Mercury label, and it's just in great shape, and that's a rarity for this LP to show up without caked on ring wear and just beat up vinyl. So seeing this, you know, and it was just a really, really good price, I couldn't say no. Here it is. Here's another one. I have not checked this out yet. This is New England is the name of the band. It's pretty fitting, huh? But what I like about this is it's a rock steady production, so mixed right in there with a lot of great 70s stuff that was around Rocksteady and Coin Management with Kiss and Stars and stuff like that. So I haven't checked it out yet, but this album was produced by Paul Stanley in '79, and you know, Paul Stanley's definitely he knows his way around a mixing board. So if it's something on Rocksteady from the Coin Management, you know, umbrella and produced by Paul Stanley, even if it's a one and done, it's got to be cool. If anybody's familiar with this, definitely leave me a comment. Let me know. In the next 24 hours, it's going to hit the turntable. And then I'll have my own opinion, so spoil me. Here's the Joe Perry project, and this is Let the Music Do the Talking. This is the first Joe Perry project album I've picked up, one of the Toxic Twins out of Aerosmith. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm sure it's gonna rock. Joe's a fantastic guitarist. Ralph Morman on vocals, which I'm not even familiar with, so we'll see what it does. This is an album I've been looking for forever in nice shape. This is one of the couple Floyd albums. Division Bell is one, this was one, and I don't have Piper at the Gates of Dawn. I can never remember that album name when I'm making a video. Yes! I have a couple copies of A Nice Pair, which has Piper and damn the other album, whatever, in it, but I don't have the studio release of Piper at the Gates of Dawn. It's just too bloody rare and expensive. Saucer Full of Secrets. So here's Adam Hart Mother, and not only was I fortunate enough to find the album, but it's also just a super early press with no title on the cover, just big old bossy there by Hypnosis. Floyd was just about that cool at the time. But it's just a wildly early press, and it's in fantastic, fantastic shape. Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs, original master recording, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Definitely one I didn't have. It doesn't show up tremendously often on vinyl. I do have maybe 3 or 4 other pressings of this, kind of the standard pressing. And I know the reissue is out. That's on the Christmas list. But this is a little different in that it has white labels on the vinyl itself. This is not a copy or a pressing that I've heard of this album. If anybody owns this, I know it can get pricey, and has an opinion of it, let me know. Much like some of the others, it'll be on the turntable at some point this weekend. So I'm really looking forward to checking out what the hell all the hype is about. Is it that good? We'll see. A couple from Thin Lizzy. I'm always jacked to find Thin Lizzy. It just doesn't turn up often. Here's Fighting from '75. I have not heard this Thin Lizzy album. It's just one I'm not familiar with, but man, I can't wait to check it out. Lizzy can do no wrong. Found a second copy of Johnny the Fox, which I do already own. This is a brilliant album. If you haven't checked it out and you're not familiar with it, you absolutely have to. And there's a couple more here. Here's another band that Greeno turned me on to earlier this summer. It's a band called Shooting Star. It's Shooting Star is kind of like early 80s rock, late 70s, early 80s rock. I want to kind of comp them to kind of like a Journey, but just harder and better. But in that vein. So here is Hang On For Your Life, and this is from 1981. And this is Three Wishes, the following year from 1982. And I think this is the one that Greeno was playing at one point. And it kind of caught my ear, and it's like, what's that? And it took a while, but lo and behold, it turned up, you know, when you least expect it, like anything else. And I believe they have 2 more that I'll be keeping an eye out for. So, that is it for me. I see there's a couple of subscriber contests and threads going around in the VC, so I'll do my best to get to those. Todd, thanks, man, for the awesome trades, and everybody for watching. Everybody have a killer weekend. I saw a big box come to my house today, and I believe I know who that's from. Our friend up in upstate New York, Skeeter and Neighbortube. So we'll be checking that out. And everybody, thanks for watching. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care. I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao.